not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? It is Tasha. I am back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping into my channel. Y'all see why we here. We are here to talk about Ready to Love season 8. We are episode 3. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. Thumbs up the video, comment in the comment section below, because I want to know what y'all thought about this week's episode. I don't have a whole lot to discuss because in my opinion, the episode this week, it went by really quickly because they were trying to, I feel like, jam all these dates in within, this hour episode. And it was like we were just getting just literally little snippets of each date. So trying to just keep up with everything and what they were really talking about, because let's be honest, some of these conversations was just, they just have no substance to them really. So I did the best I could do, y'all, with these notes. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, okay? So this episode opens with the first gentleman's lounge with Tommy. Tommy this week lets us know he is in charge of setting up the dates for the week and making those date selections. He really wants the men to look for, more than what meets the eye and really think about why Tommy matched them with these women that he'll be matching them with. So first up we see is Marvin. So he shows up with flowers and his date is Taquilla. I roll. Didn't you say if Habibi went home, then you was ready to go home too? So he went home. So why didn't you follow through on your commitment, ma'am? Because we wouldn't have cared if you would have followed through on your commitment to leave with your man, Habibi. Okay, girl. Anyway, she shows up to this date and, the shirt that she has on, the only thing I can think about is the Missy Elliott video, I Can't Stand the Rain. This black trash bag patent leather type shirt she got on. Girl, don't you know you on TV? She just cannot dress. I'm sorry to say it. He says he's ready to have a good time since they've never really explored getting to know each other. So they play a game. He says he's feeling good energy. He's really enjoying the night. They talk about what their favorite foods are. Basically, the date went okay. Marvin says that I still don't know if I'm feeling her on a romantic level, but hey, I'm still open to exploring and I don't see a romance either budding between the two of them. So next up is Chris, and Chris has basically the wild card date. He's going on a date with Katarina, and she is going to be a new person that is joining the group. And baby, she is gorgeous, okay? But she tells him that, she was born in Jersey, but she was raised in Mississippi, and she is a RN. They talk about what they do. They both really enjoy good food, and they enjoy working out. And they like, child, that's why I work out, so I can enjoy the good food. And I said, sis, same, okay? Same. He says that Tommy wanted them to spend time together because he feel like their energy matches and they truly have a lot in common. And it really seemed like they hit it off kind of right out the bat, and they truly did have a good time and build some type of connection right out the gate. So we then see Janelle has a date set up with a new guy as well. His name is Christopher. And again, with these outfits, because the first thing I said is, sir, where are we going with this bubble utility vest that you have on, sir? Yeah, at a certain age, you just supposed to know how to dress and what is appropriate for where you going, especially if you meet somebody for the first time. Like, I would almost rather be overdressed than underdressed. It's just, sir, what is we doing? What is we doing? Anyway, he is 34 years old. He has a security company. He says he is now ready for love because he is the happiest that he has ever been in his life, and he wants to share that happiness with someone else. He shares that he was also a school teacher for 4 years before owning the security company. Janelle lets him know that she has been engaged before, but neither of them have been married. And then they actually find out that they went to the same high school and they were there around the same time and never knew about each other, but they seem to be feeling each other well. It's cute enough. Okay, y'all. Next date is Philip, and he is going out with Taquilla as well. So when I first saw her, I was like, say what now? Where is the other ladies at? Where is the other ladies? Like, I am confused. But then Sierra actually shows up. So Sierra, as they're having conversation, she says she wants to get married and she wants to have as many kids as she can, okay? And y'all, I don't know why I thought Sierra was older, but when she said she was 33, I was like, I don't know why. I mean, this ain't gonna be nice. But she looks older than 33. I don't know if it's because now she got the long hair, or no, because I feel like she looked a little bit older with the short hair too. Just more mature, like not old in a bad way, but she just looks more mature than 33 years old to me. Phil says that when they talk about social media a little bit, and Phil says that he lives a very private life, and he feels that this generation is very different, especially in regards to social media. And of course, Taquilla, the thirsty pick me, disagrees. And she's like, I want my man to post me. You post about everything else. I want him to be able to post me. And she's like, that just seems like a disconnect in maturity. I was like, yeah, on your end, because if you are truly mature and secure in who you are, my man don't even have to have no social media to post me on. As long as I know we together, that's all that matters, girl. Like, you act like you need this outside validation with these men. Like, Taquilla, you need to go and get some therapy and work on yourself, chat, and build up your self-esteem and your self-confidence, because all of it seems to be hinging on a man giving you some type of validation. And I don't like that for you, okay? But she brings up the old conversation about I think that was that very first day of him talking about sex when she asked about it. And she says she feels like he is holding a grudge against her. I don't think so, ma'am. He's just not feeling you. And that's okay. Like, you just have a problem with people not being attracted to you, not liking you, and then you take that as something else when it's just everybody not gonna like everybody. And it's fine, girl. Find the one that likes you, okay? Find the one that likes you and get a better attitude. Anyway, we then see Red, Herbert, Aries, Lee, and Unique. They get together for a very active date. And then the new guy, Chris, shows up to shake up the party a little bit. They start to play flag football. Of course, when Chris walks in, everybody like, who that is? Who invited him? Who is he? Okay. And of course, Red starts to feel some kind of way. Asks him how old he is, what he do. Like, Red, any of these guys can take your spot, okay? Like, I can appreciate you having the self-confidence, but you probably ain't nobody's first choice, especially just visually speaking. That's just, you just not. I'm not sorry, so I'm gonna stop saying that because I ain't really sorry. Not about him. We then see Chris and Unique. They step away and talk. She tells him that she is really looking for her person. She's been married before, but she does want to get married again. We see Herbert and Lee have a little chit chat to the side. And she says, the process has been a bit challenging. And it's really different than how she normally dates, because she normally just, gets laser focused on one person. And that's how she likes to roll. But they have a refreshing conversation with one another. I don't really see any romance between the two of them either. Aries and funny looking Red, they talk, and he's like telling her that he finds her very attractive, and he even asks her, do you find me attractive? And she's like, And he tries to laugh it off. I'm like, Red, again, kudos to you for having high self-confidence, but I would not ask anybody if they think I'm attractive if plenty of other people have already told me that I'm attractive. Yes, I may feel attractive, but the last thing I want to do is ask somebody and they tell me no, or they laugh in my face like Aries did to him, because that's gonna hurt your feelings. But you ain't attractive, sir. We did see Morier. He has a date with Kira, and then Marvin. It becomes Marvin, Phil, and then Jessica, and then Katarina actually comes in on this date as well. Kat, of course, introduces herself to the group. She gets a little bit of shade from the ladies where she thinks it's shade. And she's like, she got like a, hey girl, hey. And I don't think I'm going to give everybody a clean slate and say, I don't think it was shade. I just think, of course, they just weren't expecting her. And of course, her coming is just like, again, who is this woman and why is she here? Okay. We see Jessica and Morier. They step away and do a little one-on-one. And then we see Kat and Marvin step aside for a little one-on-one. We do learn that Kat has opened a beauty bar. She opened it in Arizona because she was working in the ED as a nurse, and she was like, you know, that's just a whole lot to deal with. So she stepped away to try something different in the beauty bar, and I guess that is now her career instead of actually working in the hospital setting. Marvin is definitely feeling her, okay? Morier and Jessica are talking. He says he feels that it is something between the two of them, and I don't necessarily see it. I don't look at her and see that she sees that there's any kind of spark in between the two of them either, but I'm gonna let him live his best life on this one, okay? But he told her he wanted to draw the line in the sand and make his intentions known, child. Like, I am feeling you. I don't want it to be no doubt, no questions asked. I like you. Do you like me? We then see Kira and Marvin. They talk about the Caribbeans, and she's like, tell me a little bit more. And he says he really loves the Caribbeans, specifically the Virgin Islands. And he was like, in 6 to 8 years, I would probably want to move there because I just have, you know, this vision of, you know, my wife being there, my kids, you know, kind of playing in the sand and things like that. And then Kira says that that is a red flag. And I was like, ma'am, do you know what red flags actually mean? Him wanting to move to the Caribbean with his family is not a red flag. It's simply something you are not interested in. And that is okay. If you are not interested in moving to the Caribbean in the next 6 to 8 years, Marvin is not an option for you. It's that simple, but it's not a red flag. Habibi was a walk-in red flag. This man wanting to move somewhere 6 to 8 years, it's not a red flag. Okay, girl, get it together. Get it together. And then as Phil and Kat are talking, really, the conversation was dry in my opinion, but he says he's done a lot of domestic travel, and talking to her opened up his mind to international travel. And I was like, y'all just say any old thing to say you feeling somebody. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but okay. Now we are at the first gentleman's lounge so that they can discuss the women and who will go home, and so the rest of the guys to meet Christopher. And then Tommy also lets them know that Kat is now involved in the process. So we find out that Janelle is a top favorite for most of the guys, along with Kat, Jessica, and Lee. And guess who continues to be at the bottom? Taquilla. Womp, womp, womp. No surprise there. And she even told Chris while she was talking to him that she felt some kind of way that one of the men in the group was talking to everyone else and not talking to her, and it was Morier. Girl, what? Again, why do you need every man to like you? Why do you need some sort of validation from every man in this situation to feel some kind of way about you? That is unrealistic, child. And you setting yourself up to be disappointed and upset. All you need to try to find is one connection. Okay, that's you just here to try to find one person. Like, we don't need everybody to be falling head over heels in love with you, child. It ain't that serious. You getting on my nerves. But the guys say with her, they really don't know what they're going to get day to day with her. So that's why she's at the bottom. And then Unique is also at the bottom. So we know one of them will be going home. And we know Red is like, Unique she can kick rocks because me and her still ain't getting along. We then see Unique meets with Morier. And she says she is nervous because she knew the guys met. On the other side, we see Quentin is meeting with Taquilla. She continues to dress horribly, child. Girl, do better in the future, child. Unique tells Morier that in her previous relationship, she really did not have any boundaries set. Like, somebody would, I guess her ex-husband maybe would cross the boundary. She just would continue to push the boundary back instead of being firm in her boundary. And now that's where she is in her life. Quentin talks with Taquilla about really different people connecting, and essentially everybody ain't for everybody. And she seems to be struggling with that. But he tells her that the guys feel like it's a lot of up and down with her. And he got the sense from her that she may need to take a little bit time to heal, which I agree. But in the end, Morier tells Unique that she is still ready for love. So that means Taquilla is going home so she can be on the couch with her boo, Habibi. Okay. She says, you know, really, it's just hard being misunderstood, and you know, she just doesn't like that. And I'm like, I don't think all the guys misunderstood you, honey. Not if basically you came off the same way to all the guys. You really have to do some self-reflection and internal work to figure out why you're showing up that way, and if that's not the way you want to show up, what do you need to change in the future so that you don't show up that way, girl. But everybody can't be wrong in misunderstanding you. That's just my 2 cents anyway. But Taquilla is going home. Next week we see it's, of course, the ladies are back in control with sending one of the men home. And I don't know why, for the love of God, we see in this preview that Red is still talking to Unique about this whole thought job. Like, I want him to let it go. I really, because it was not that serious. And I want him to let it go. Ladies, do us a favor and send him home. Thank you. But let me know what y'all thoughts are about this week's episode down in the comment section below. And then I will catch y'all next weekend for the next episode. Peace.